So this is Studio One 2.51. I signed up to the ProTools newsletter and got this as a deal for about the same price as Logic Pro, what it's being sold at present. Now, I bought it largely because I'd read that in Studio One workflow is king, and it is a very new, modern DAW, and it shared many interesting components from other DAWs that I found useful for myself, and in particular one is Melodyne and its integration. Now this video is just a brief overview of it and my thoughts on it, but I can wholeheartedly say that this is a very good sequencer and very easy to use and very fast. This track that we're listening to now, I'd only owned Studio One for a couple of days, and I made this track in a couple of hours, not using samples but using VST instruments. And this is another reason why I was interested in Studio One, is that the bouncing and track transform feature was very good, or supposedly very good, and I've got to agree with it. It is very good. So I'm just going to let the break do its business, and then I'll talk over some of the things that from other DAWs and my opinion of it. Okay then, so you're listening to a pre-master version. This is a printed track that's playing at the moment. Because I've got some outboard equipment, all of my routing is rather complicated, and for the sake of the video I didn't want to double up any sound or anything like that or cause any confusion, so we're just listening to a straight up print. Now some of the features that it shares from other DAWs. If you're a Pro Tools user, you'll recognise this track list. You can click on things and deactivate them, or hide them I should say. Logic users, Cubase users, this is the inspector. It's got a very good time stretch, so let me just select one. Just look for the drums. So Elastic Pro, that's from Cubase, you'll see that as well. Got some different algorithms that are good for different types of material. The automation is very good, reminds me of Cubase, the automation. So I can make it bigger so you can see it. There you can see it there. And you can draw in whatever shapes that you want. This reminds me of Cubase, I suppose, or these fancy things that you can use there. Just make that a bit smaller. The usual inspector controls, channel fader, panorama, insert, sends. But one of the things that is quite unique, see down here, each of these clips, if you're using Ableton, is called events, and you can actually embed or imprint effects on them to save your CPU. So rather than using inserts, you can embed the sounds onto them. So you could add whatever you wanted to, reverb or any of your bought third-party plugins, and then you can render them, which is useful. The mixer is also very good, lots of insert capabilities. Unlike Cubase, we've only got a few, you can put as many in as would be needed. Sends are easy to use, easy routing, just choose it from the list. Remember, the sends are exactly the same as the sends that are over here. It's got drag and drop functionality as well. So if I've got an effect or an instrument, let's just have a look, one of these universal audios, I can just simply just pick it up and drag it onto the track or drag it into the event effects. Very useful in itself. It's got a pull, which is very Cubase like, so you can see all the files that are used. Very organised between effects, instruments, sounds as well, so it comes preloaded with loops and whatnot. Not as many as Logic, but still an acceptable amount. Access to your files on your computer, but there's also access to stuff like SoundCloud and ProTools Exchange. You can share content with other users of Studio One. Other things, the mixer's configurable, so you can only see what you want to see. So if you want to just see FX, deselect these. There's all the effects. If you don't want to see effects, take them away. If you want to focus on a particular thing, so I want to focus on this fill, you'll notice it'll light up in the list. So click on this, there's the fill. If I don't want to see the fill, just deactivate it by clicking on it. Not deactivate it, remove it from view. So there you go, you can see it showing up and going. Other things, you can see what inputs that you want. So there's my microphone. Outputs, these are my analog outs. Instruments, it's also interestingly got a trash, so if you delete something it'll go in this bin and you can retrieve it if you mistakenly do it. So useful stuff. Good edit window, nice and clear. Some people complain about the look of it. I quite like it because it's about ear candy, not eye candy. It's very Logic-like, functional, clean. The tools that you need are there, or they're in a drop-down right-click menu. CPU efficient. Just make that a bit bigger and easier to see. Mine's a 4-year-old Mac Pro, and it's easily able to run this software. So that's just a quick overview so you can see what it's like. There is a free preview on the ProTools website. It doesn't allow you to load VST instruments or AUs, but it is functionally the same, and it's a good way of trialling the product. I recommend it. I've got to say it's very good. There are many other things that I haven't covered, of course, but for somebody who's only been using it for a few days, a few weeks even, it's really easy, really fast, really speedy, good sound engine, and I really like it. So thanks for watching.